يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون.
As human beings, whether we like it or not, the battle between our mind, our heart, and then also our soul internally will continue, and it will get exhibited in our behaviors externally, and we continue with this particular battle حتى يأتيك اليقين, until the last breath when we are going to enter into the grave. So Allah Azza wa Jalla wants us that we should ensure that we should never die except that we die as Muslims. We can assure ourselves of a degree and of a title and of a position, and we will enter into our graves with those particular titles and positions, but I bet you nobody can be given the assurance of entering into the grave with a particular spiritual title or level. The list is that protect this particular title of Islam. Ensure that you don't enter into the grave except that you are a Muslim. We have to struggle and ensure that our last breath should not be outside Islam. This evening, I want us to have a look at the psychology of addiction and how we can use Ramadan to manage, deal with the addictions in our lives. It's so pathetic that many of us, even seated here, are not aware of the different types of addictions that we have been afflicted with. The levels of those addictions, we are not even aware of them, and we are living our life amidst the pool of addiction at different levels as Muslims, unaware of it. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was able to diagnose the different level of addictions, positive or negative, of himself, because every day, wallahi inni la astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh akthar min 70 marra. Some places more than 100 times he will sit down and embark on istighfar. He will embark on tawbah to be able to diagnose the levels of addictions within his life, those that are positive, those that are negative, and remove the negatives and throw away and increase the number of what? The positive addictions in his life. Each and every one of us over here, if indeed we embark on the istighfar and tawbah, and we follow the sunnah of our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam in doing that one, then we should be concerned about an addiction. We should be concerned about a behavior that we are not happy with. We should be concerned about a habit. Our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us, whoever you are, and think of any level of iman at all that you find yourself, once you are a believer, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us that ma min abdin mu'min illa walahu dhanbun ya'taduhu, that there is no a believer who is living and is in his life that he has no a particular mistake or sin, that he is struggling with that particular mistake, that he will struggle with it, sometime do it, stop it, come again, fall into it, swimming amidst relapses within that particular sin and mistake. Then he continues to say, or he will find himself in a sin that he will continuously commit that particular sin. La yufariquhu hatta yufariq ad-dunya. He will not leave that particular sin and that mistake until he leaves this particular world. That verily for a believer, he is created in a way that he is bombarded with what? Trial. Khalaqa al-mawta wal-hayata liyabluwakum.
الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا.
So Allah Azza wa Jal created our life in entirety, our non-existence, death, and our existence, the life. He created it in entirety for us to be bombarded with what? Trials, so that he will know who among us is the best and most excellent in our deed. This hadith in Tabarani actually draws our attention to the fact that no matter who we are and our level of spirituality, we will definitely have one or two mistakes that we will be battling with. It could be a mistake of battling with a sin, or a mistake of battling with a good deed that we were supposed to embark on that one, but by negligence we get ourselves involved in a particular deed that swerves our attention from embarking on the good deed. So my dear brother, my dear sister, none of us can claim of purification and high level of spirituality. فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Allah Azza wa Jalla warns us, never claim of purity unto yourself. It is Allah Azza wa Jalla who can purify you. So we have about different types of subject matter of tazkiyah, self-purification in the Quran. The divine one coming from Allah Azza wa Jalla, prophetic one coming from our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then the individual one. Minus the divine one and the prophetic one, it becomes difficult for us to be able to emerge successful with the individual tazkiyah. Addiction is defined as